This presentation was prepared to provide information about Allen Chase Enterprises and our employees as they relate to several planning board applications submitted to the town of Scriba. Chase Enterprises, Inc. is a vegetation control contractor headquartered in Oswego, New York. We have grown rapidly over the last several years. Allen Chase is president and owner of Chase Enterprises and is a lifelong resident of the Oswego area. Allen worked a 20-year career as a firefighter and paramedic for the City of Oswego Fire Department and retired as a fire captain in 2018. Since retirement, Allen has worked to grow Chase Enterprises significantly. Today, Chase Enterprises employs over 150 people and provides its vegetation services to industrial and commercial clients throughout the East Coast and Midwest of the United States. Chase Enterprises is headquartered at 24 County Route 1A in Oswego, New York, and it also operates satellite locations in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Iowa, and Virginia. Chase utilizes a fleet of over 150 specialized motor vehicles and equipment purpose-built for vegetation control right here in the shop in Oswego, New York. The nature of our work is seasonal. Vegetation only grows during the summer months, and most of our field work is performed only during these times. The winter months are spent servicing and building our fleet. However, only a fraction of our staff is required during the winter months. This chart illustrates our total staff fluctuation through the year. We maintain about 40 full-time employees year-round, and our staff significantly increases during the summer growing season. In addition to the seasonality of our work, another challenge is the travel that is involved. Our employees travel to different cities and states throughout the work season. Employees may stay in one place for a few days to a few weeks and then move on to another area or another project in another state or city. Consequently, our employees must be willing to accommodate both the seasonality of our work and the travel involved. This means a layoff period each winter and being away from their families for extended periods of time during the summer. This works well for some individuals, but the vast majority of people we interview are looking for something year-round that does not require so much travel. We find ourselves continually struggling to fill positions in our field operations work. Despite these challenges, we have built and maintain a seasonal staff of nearly 100 U.S.-based workers that return year after year. Many of these are retired people looking for part-time or seasonal employment, or people who having winters off works well for. These people fill an important role in our company, and we continue to recruit, train, and value these employees as we continue to grow. Despite these continued efforts to hire locally, we are not able to fill all of our seasonal field positions with domestic U.S. workers. In 2024, we turned to a federal temporary worker program for help. This is called the H-2B program, and it is the same program that has made national news lately. It is the program that the Trump organization uses for housekeeping staff at Mar-a-Lago. The H-2B visa program has existed since the 1990s and is intended for seasonal employment of non-agricultural foreign workers. These workers receive a non-immigrant temporary work visa to be admitted into the U.S. to work a seasonal temporary job that cannot otherwise be filled with an American citizen. The employer applies for and pays for this visa and must undergo a rigorous qualification process. Everything about these H-2B workers is legal and controlled. The workers receive a prevailing wage rate that is set by the U.S. Department of Labor. Each worker is vetted in their home country by U.S. Immigration following an interview at the U.S. Consulate. Many employers today are hiring illegal immigrants at a significant cost savings over hiring U.S. citizens. Illegal immigrants have no repercussion or guaranteed pay protection and are easily financially abused by their employers. Participating in this sanctioned H-2B program is quite different. Prevailing wages ensure foreign workers are making the standard wage for the type of work done in an area. The added costs of training, transportation, application fees, and etc. makes hiring an H-2B worker significantly more expensive than hiring domestically. Thinking that this is a way to pay employees less or reap higher profits is simply a false statement. In 2024, Chase Enterprises applied for and received 10 H-2B visas, allowing 10 men from El Salvador to legally enter the country for temporary work for Chase Enterprises. In their home country, these men worked as truck drivers, farmers, and factory workers, and each were anxious for the opportunity to make 4 to 5 times more money working in the United States. They each learned CPR, first aid at the Oswego County Emergency Response Center and learned about electrical worker safety and working around energized power lines. Within 2 months of arrival, each one earned a New York State driver's license. They worked in the field to learn the safe work practices utilized at our job sites and how to perform the work that we do. Among many projects that they performed, one such project was the successful treatment of 800 acres on a national grid transmission line. They did this work with backpacks, walking literally hundreds of miles through swamps and pricker bushes while tripping over ground bee nests and the like. This work is necessary to help keep the lights on throughout New York State, but it is not highly desired work by most U.S. employees. After work, we would see these guys on FaceTime with their kids or celebrating each other's birthday parties. They learned to play cornhole or other American games on the weekends, and they would cook meals together or visit local restaurants. During the 6 months they were here in 2024, what we did not witness even one time was any of the stereotypical problems our society links to these folks. There was not one instance where the police were called. Not one time were these guys reported to be using illegal drugs. No fist fights with each other, no damage to the housing where they lived, no phone calls from hotels about loud parties, no protests about politics or world views, not one single incident that made us ever wonder why we participated in this program. They showed up to work every day, eager and happy to be here. They took direction and performed tasks assigned very well. When the season ended, we took them to the airport and they returned to their country, anxious for the opportunity to come back again next year. 2025 has brought even more growth to Chase Enterprises, and our need for workers continues to rise. We intend to bring more H-2B workers and hire more American workers to perform these services. Hello, my name is Alan Chase. I want to acknowledge the community's concerns over foreign workers staying in this area. We will work diligently to address any legitimate issues that may arise. We will also aggressively protect our rights to operate as an independent business and to utilize our land and legal employees in any way allowed by law. We will aggressively protect the rights of our domestic and foreign employees to live and work in any lawful way they desire. I encourage anyone seeking more information about these proposals to reach out to me directly. I would be happy to meet with you in person to go over any of the details of any part of this proposal. I want to thank you for watching this brief presentation, and I want to thank you for your interest in our company.